I want you to watch this. Listen to this up here. Watch this.
Flood. We really got to watch those areas and those communities. So it takes quite a while for that water to drain.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Ken, I have a question for you. You mentioned words matter, and I know there's a lot of media following this briefing.
I don't know if you were able to catch that. I'm going to obviously play it again with subtitles. Vice President phoniest, absolute fraud, charlatan Kamala Harris on live television during a FEMA briefing with the President of the United States, Tombstone Vegetable in Chief Biden, actually gets caught on a hot mic telling her aide while covering her mouth. It's a live broadcast, and she's being fed questions during this emergency briefing. Do you see anybody else in this briefing getting fed any questions? Even Biden wasn't fed any questions. And then she then acts with her in her brilliant, I mean, this is why Hollywood loves her. She's a brilliant actress. And then she quickly, flusteringly says, "Oh, I want to ask a question. I just got fed my question." This is so telling. You might think this is trivial. This is not trivial. This is a metaphor for her entire political career. You can also see at the end there, she looks over for another hint, another assist from her aides so she can ask some kind of poignant question. And when I listened to this, I was watching this actually live. She had the audacity to ask FEMA Director Deanne Criswell, who, if you saw my previous video, is a champion of DEI. She actually puts woke DEI ideologies above the safety of Americans. She actually had the audacity, phony comrade Kamala had the audacity to ask Criswell, "Can you please clear up any misinformation?" Misinformation. The queen of misinformation, the most lion-ass dog of all lion-ass LAD dogs, the one who constantly spreads violent rhetoric, which has perpetuated 2 failed assassination attempts against her opponent, President Donald Trump. The lion-ass dog, phoniest, fraudulent, charlatan, deceitful, dishonest, walking fib with a haircut, who has lied time and time again on every single broadcast, lied about the quote-unquote border bill, lied about Charlottesville, lied about January 6th, lied about pretty much everything time and time again, calling time and time again President Trump a threat to democracy. Okay, here's another closer look with subtitles. Again, I want to remind you, nobody else, including Vegetable in Chief Joe Biden, has notes, has aides, has anybody feeding them questions, feeding them lines. This woman is a travesty. And again, this is visceral, 4K, Technicolor, 3D video raw footage confirming it all.
Flood. We really got to watch those areas and those communities. So it takes quite a while for that water to drain.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Ken, I have a question for you. You mentioned words matter, and I know there's a lot of, to the people of Florida, and in particular, the people of the Tampa region, we urge you to take this storm serious.
Absolute travesty. The woman can't, she has absolutely zero molecules of genuineness residing in her entire anatomy. She is an abysmal failure to be a human being, not even a politician, not even a vice president, not even an attorney general, not even a district attorney, especially not even the highest office of the land. I'm talking just on a humanitarian level, my fellow Americans. Here's one last close-up look of this absolute catastrophe of an individual and everything that, to me, bespeaks her amoral, incredible, uncredible character, ethos, decency, and integrity. Watch this.
Flood. We really got to watch those areas and those communities. So it takes quite a while for that water to drain.
Thank you very much.
You see her eyes?
Hey, Ken, I have a question for you. You mentioned words matter, and I know there's a lot of media following this briefing.
I remember my grandfather telling me a long time ago, especially when I was helping my mom start her leather shoe business when I was like 14 years old. He was a successful businessman himself, and I remember him telling us very seriously the biggest mistake that any business owner can make is to underestimate their customers' ability to perceive the truth. And I think the same thing applies to really every facet in life. When you're disingenuous and you insult the people around you's intelligence, in this case, you're a public servant. Public servant, Kamala. You're a public servant. That term means nothing to you, but just a little newsflash. That's exactly what you are. You're supposed to be working for us, not working for yourself. She insults the American public time and time again. That fraudulent, ugly display on the Call Her Daddy podcast, while millions of Americans were suffering through Hurricane Helene, and now they're going to be suffering again. God bless them and Godspeed to all of you. Hurricane Milton is hitting landfall as I record this. You can't fool us, Kamala. The truth will always come out. It was hard enough to fool us before we turned into the information age, the surveillance age. Now that we have social media and every single human being on the planet has a camera and audio and video capacity in their pocket, you definitely can't fool us. She actually is so incompetent. She's so bad at trying to egregiously misinform, egregiously fool the American public that she forgot she was on a hot mic. And she's telling her aide, it's a live broadcast. I need you to be more stealth, more sneaky in feeding me questions to make me look like a legitimate candidate, like a legitimate human being. It's impossible. Not gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. My fellow Americans, we're less than 27 days away from the most important day of our lives, the most consequential election in the history of America. I need you to do two things for me that absolutely cost you nothing. Tap the thumbs up. It's not for me. It's not for vanity. I mean, just think of it this way. If you love your country, tap the thumbs up. Why, Nez? Because when you tap the thumbs up, which takes you a nanosecond, do it right now. It sends a signal to the algorithm. And the algorithm says, people like this video. And they push it out to more people. The more people see this absolute farce, this God-forsaken, deceitful vermin for who she is, the better informed they are, and the better informed they are, the better decisions they make. The better decisions they make, especially at the ballot box, helps you, helps me, helps our grandkids, our kids, helps the future of this amazing, glorious republic. I would also beg you to share this. Not only tap the thumbs up, share this and leave a comment. We need to educate our fellow citizens. We need them to see, because guess what? The fake woke mafia media news, the fake corporate news, they're not going to show this. They're not even going to talk about this. Just like they don't talk about 99% of the things that you and I care about. Thank God for independent grassroots media organizations like myself and so many others. They're not going to talk about this. So we need to get this out there, please. I also have a treat for you, a little dessert for this menu. Check out this amazing ad. I did a video on this, if you haven't seen it, on Kamala going on The View and saying that she essentially sponsors and aligns herself with everything Biden did over the catastrophes over the last 4 years. Well, check this brand new, in-your-face, powerful, impactful ad that Trump just posted. Check this out.
Something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years.
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
I stood there on the tarmac watching you check your watch.
The chaotic and deadly U.S. evacuation from Afghanistan stunned Americans and the world and cost the lives of 13 U.S. soldiers.
Would you have done something differently?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
More than 13,000 illegal immigrants convicted of murder have been caught at the border and then released into the United States.
An Afghan national is in custody today after being accused of plotting an election day terrorist attack. The suspect entered the U.S. on a special immigrant visa.
Gut-wrenching new details in the murder of Georgia nursing student Laken Riley. The illegal immigrant suspect, who cops say committed the heinous murder, is a Venezuelan national who crossed the unsecured southern border back in 2022.
2 men investigators say are in the country illegally from Venezuela are charged with capital murder in the death of Jocelyn Nungaray.
A fifth illegal immigrant accused of attacking 2 New York City police officers over the weekend showed no remorse or regret.
Would you have done something differently?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Only 18% say the economy is in excellent or good condition.
US inflation has hit a new 40-year high, increasing by 9.1% over the financial year.
The cost of homes have spiked. Home buyers need to earn 80% more than they did in 2020 to afford a house.
Were you the last person in the room? Yes.
Fellow Americans, this is it. We have to get our country back for the love of everything holy. Make the right decision on November 5th. I can't wait to read your comments. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Check out these videos coming up right here. These are the videos I was talking about, just in case you missed this. Tap my face if you haven't subscribed. Also, in the pinned comment, show notes, and description is our free newsletter. It's absolutely free. Give us your best email and you're in. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.